I'm only gonna do red states. Red states 2024. No? Okay. All right. This is our key map, our map key. All right. This is our map key. So Alabama's a red state. Alabama's a red, man. We're gonna go through 50 states. I mean, I can make a whole damn show off just off this alone. Okay. Alabama, red state. 15% of the population in the red state of Alabama is on SNAP. That's 1 in 7. 1 in 7 people in Alabama in a red state is on food stamps. Who's next? Oh, come on. You're not gonna give me, you're gonna make me do the PDF? Oh, we could choose a state. Okay, let's do Alaska. Okay, is Alaska, do we care about Alaska? Alaska is a red state. Oh boy, this is gonna be a doozy. Alaska, 1 in 10 people, red state, are on SNAP. That's 10% of the state population. That's 71,800 residents. Let's go back to Alabama real quick. Alabama, 752,000 residents in Alabama. 15% of the population in a red state are on food stamps. Yeah, I this is why I don't do debates with people. Because once you dig in and find out the shit, it's disgusting. Okay, let's see. What state is it? Okay, let's do Arizona. Let's do Arizona. Arizona's a red state, right? AZ red? AZ red. Well, AZ is red. AZ got flipped. Nonetheless, it's red now. Nonetheless, it's red now. Okay. Arizona, another red state. 12% of the population. 1 in 8. That's 923,400 residents on SNAP in a red state of Arizona. That's 1 in 8. 12% of the population. Okay. Well, look at this. Arizona, more than 68% of SNAP participants are in families with children. Okay, let me go back and look that up. What's Alaska? 64% of SNAP participants are in families with children. Alabama, 67% of SNAP participants are in families with children. These are your red states. This is what y'all keep bragging and boasting about. Y'all keep hollering red state, red state. All right, y'all always talking bad about California. Okay, we clapping back on you motherfuckers right now. We clapping back on you motherfuckers. Give me another red state. What is this? We're not doing it. Everybody Cali's. Okay, what is Colorado? What is Colorado? What is Colorado? Where is it at? That's blue. Okay. We clapping only our red states tonight. We clapping only our red states tonight. All you red state food stamp using ass motherfuckers, y'all be quiet. Where's CT? CT's blue. CT's blue. Delaware. Delaware looks blue to me. That's blue. Okay. Let's see here. DC's blue. Let's go Florida. Oh boy. I'm dying to see Florida. Oh boy. Florida. Lord have mercy. Look at this shit here. Florida has basically 3 million residents, or 13% of the state population, or 1 in 8 Floridians are on SNAP. 59% of SNAP participants are in families with children. Okay. All right. 13% of Florida's entire state population is on food stamps. Okay. We clapping it red today. Is Georgia red? Yes, Georgia is red. It got flipped. Okay. Let's look at Georgia here. 1.4 million Georgia residents, or 13% of the state population, or 1 in 8 are on food stamps. Okay. All right. Okay. 69% of SNAP participants are in families with children. My. All this time I didn't know. What is Hawaii? Is Hawaii? Hawaii is blue. Idaho. What is Idaho? That's Iowa. Where's Idaho? Oh, Idaho's red. Oh boy. Idaho is red. 130,000 of its residents, or 7% of the population, or 1 in 15 are on food stamps. But look at this. 67% of SNAP participants are in families with children. So it seems to me, you got kids, you can't afford to feed your kids, you need help. All right, okay, come on. Let's continue. Idaho, Illinois is blue. We don't. Okay, let's see him again. Indiana, Illinois blue. Indiana's red. Okay, Indiana. Let's go Indiana. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, Indiana's not too bad. 600,000 residents, 9% of the state population, 1 in 11. But once again, here we go. 69% of SNAP participants are in families with children. This is more than the national average. Every state I've given you in the red state has more participants with children. So let's say, so out of this 9% of the population, out of these 600,000 residents, 69% of them are in this program because they have children. So it seems to me a lot of you people that live in these red states can't afford to feed your kids without the government's help. This is why I say you must let go of this left, right, blue, red paradigm. Same, different feathers on the same nasty bird. Okay? There's this narrative that somehow y'all can't fathom that people that are registered Republicans are on food stamps, even though we'll never have that data, which they should start tracking that. Okay, let's continue. Let me see. What's the next state? I think Iowa is red. Yes, Iowa is. Where you at? Iowa is red. Yes, indeed. Iowa, even better than Idaho. 259,000, or 8% of the state population, or 1 in 12 residents are on SNAP. But once again, 64% of the SNAP participants are in families with children. Every red state I've given you, the participants that with children are more than the national average. This is why I don't bother with red, blue paradigms. Next state is Kansas. Kansas is red. Kansas, even better. Wow. 187,000, 6% of its state population, 1 in 16 are on food stamps. Oh, here we go again. Out of that 6%, 65% of them with children. All right, where's Mojo at? Shout out to Mojo. Okay. Uh-oh. Don't do that. They're gonna come for you, bruh. They're gonna come for you. They're gonna come for you. Don't get to talking that good knowledge. They're gonna come for you. Let's go to the next red state. Is Kentucky? I thought Kentucky was blue. Kentucky's red. Okay, learn something new. Kentucky is red. I expect this number to be high. Basically, 600,000. A shade under 600,000 Kentucky residents, or 13% of the population, or 1 in 8 residents are on SNAP. Once again, 68% participants are in families with children. Once again, every red state I've given you, more participants with children than the national average. Okay? All right. Okay, we're going to learn today. Let's go. What else we got? Ooh, Louisiana. Is Louisiana really is red. Wow. Imagine that. Okay. Louisiana is red. Jeez. 847,000. 18% of the state population, or 1 in 5 Louisianians are on SNAP. Look at this. 69% of SNAP participants are in families with children. Okay, what's Maine? Maine is ME. That's blue. Okay, Maryland. What's Maryland? Maryland, blue. Maryland's blue. Okay, let's continue. Next state, Massachusetts, blue. Mass is blue. Mass is blue. Okay. Next, Michigan. I think Michigan is blue. No, Michigan got flipped to red. Okay. Michigan got flipped to red. All right. I'm just going by what I'm seeing. Michigan went to red. 1.4 million 74. Oh wait. 1.4 million Michigan residents, or 15% of the state population, or 1 in 7 residents are on food stamps. Now, this is the first red state with a lower average than the national average. 59% of SNAP participants are in families with children. Okay. That's the first red state, less than the national average. What's Minnesota? Minnesota. Nope, blue. Mississippi. Okay, Mississippi's red. Okay. Oh boy. 384,000, or 13% of the state population, or 1 in 8 Mississippians are on food stamps. Here we go again. These numbers. 67% of the participants are in families with children. Okay, I know. Let's see, Missouri. Mo is blue. Okay, Missouri is blue. 656,000, or 11% of the state population, or 1 in 10 Missouri residents are on SNAP. 68% of participants are in families with children. Okay. Montana. MT, right? Montana's MT. Where the hell you at? Okay, Montana's big as hell. Montana's red. All right, Montana's doing good. 81,000, or 7%, or 1 in 14. 63% of SNAP participants are in families with children. Okay. What's Nebraska? Shout out to Bruce Springsteen. Lincoln, Nebraska, with a sawed-off 410 on my lap. All right. 155,000, or 8% of the state population, or 1 in 13. These are good until we get down here. Out of that 8%, 68% of them are in families with children. We've had one state lower than the national average. One red state with no average. Nevada got flipped to red. Okay. 500,000, or 15% of the state population, or 1 in 6. 62% are in families with children. So they tied the national average. Okay. New Hampshire. Where's New Hampshire? That just all this is hella blue. I'm not gonna waste my time. That's hella blue. Okay, New Hampshire's blue. New Jersey. Jersey looking kind of blue to me. All right. Let's continue. New Mexico. Where's NM? New Mexico. It's blue, surprisingly. New York is blue. Just want to make sure. Okay. North Carolina, right? Y'all keep running y'all mouths about North Carolina. Okay. Red state, 1.4 million residents, or 13% of the state population, or 1 in 8 North Kakalakans are on food stamps. 66% of participants are in families with children. Surprise, surprise. These are all red states. Red states. I'm only covering red states. North Dakota, where you at? There you go, way up there. Red. Okay. North Dakota is doing very, very well. 48,000, or 6%, or 1 in 16. But here we go. Out of that 6%, 66% families with children. Okay. Okay. Let's continue. Somebody said Ohio. Okay, it's red. Let's see here. A shade under 1.4, 1.386 million residents, or 12% of the state population, or 1 in 9 are on stamps. 62%. So they've tied the national average. It's the second state, I believe, the second state that has tied the national average. Participants are in families with children. Okay. Next state. Oklahoma. Yeah, I believe that's red. That just strikes me as red. Where is it at? Okay. Where you at? Oklahoma. You are. Yes, there you are. Red. Okay. Oklahoma. Oh boy. 686,000 or 17%, or 1 in 6 are on food stamps. 66% of those participants are in families with children. Okay. And don't even get me started on the Medicaid part. Maybe tomorrow I'll do a Medicaid, red state Medicaid usage. But right now I'm cooking right now with the food stamps in the red states. I'm just here for that right now. Somebody remind me tomorrow to look up the Medicaid, and we'll go there. Oregon is blue. Okay. We're almost done, y'all. Pennsylvania got flipped to red. Okay, it got flipped to red. All right, here we go. 2 million. 2 million, or 15% of the state population, or 1 in 7. And oh wow, 58% are in families with children. This is the third state, I believe, right? We have two states tie, and I believe this is the third state that's under the national average of 62%. Okay. All right. Let's continue. I think Rhode Island's blue. Yeah, that's hella blue over there. Who the hell is thumbing down my stream? You must be a Republican, or you must live in a red state if you're giving me thumbs down. Fucking cockblock. Y'all some haters. I don't care either way. I just like upsetting people. South Carolina is red. 581,000, 11% of the population, or 1 in 9. And yet, out of that 1 in 9, or out of the 11%, or out of 581,000, 68% are in families with children. Okay. South Dakota is red. Okay, this is doing good. 71,000, 8% of the state population, or 1 in 12. But 70% are in families with children. This is the highest we've seen it. 70% out of that 8%, out of that 75,000. Okay, let's continue. Next red state. Tennessee, right? Tennessee's a gun state. Red. Yeah. Okay. Tennessee, 700,000, or 10% of the state population, or 1 in 10. And 66% of those participants are in families with children. Yes? Okay. Everybody's waiting to see. God damn. Whoo! Listen, Texas, hey, we need to have a conversation. What do you mean? I don't know. I don't have good water. I don't have water pressure issues. I don't know where you get that from. I'm in the Central Valley. The best place. This is why everybody comes to the Central Valley. So I don't have these issues. I don't have earthquake issues. I don't have drought issues. What else does everybody else have? Other parts of California. I don't have none of them problems. That's why everybody's flocking and breaking their necks to come here. That's why people have 3-hour commutes to live here, but work in LA or work in Frisco, because everyone comes to the Central Valley. Okay. I don't have these problems. Sorry. Yeah, gas is, still high, taxes, whatever. But for the most part, I'm in a perfect setting in California. You hear me complain about shit, because I can afford to live here. You understand? Because I can afford to live and live good here. So you're not going to hear me complain. Now, let's get back to Texas. 3 million residents are on SNAP. That's 10% of the population. That's 1 in 10. But 76% out of that 3 million, or 10%, are in families with children. 76% out of that 3.1 million are in this because they can't afford to feed their kids without government assistance. Let's continue. What is Utah? Utah sounds like blue. Utah sounds blue. Where is UT? Where you at? Utah is red. Utah is red. Utah is the best so far. 170,000, 5% of the state population, 1 in 21. But out of those numbers I just gave you, 69% need help from the government to feed their children. Let's continue. Next state. Vermont is VT. Vermont. Isn't it over here? Right? Vermont? Wait. Yeah, Vermont's blue. Okay, it's up there somewhere. Okay, never mind. Next state, Virginia. What's Virginia? Okay, Virginia's blue. Okay. Washington is blue. West Virginia is red. West Virginia is red. 277,000 residents, 16% of its population, or 1 in 6, are on SNAP. 56%. Now this is surprising. They're lower than the national average. This is the 4th state, I believe, that's under the national average of SNAP participants are in families with children. Okay. I think it's probably the last one. Wisconsin is hella blue. Wisconsin is blue. Nope, Wisconsin got flipped to red. Okay. I'm just going by the numbers. I'm going by what I see. Wisconsin, it got flipped to red. 700,000. 12% of the population, 1 in 8, 60%. So this is the 5th state. The 5th state under the national average of SNAP participants in families with children. Is that it for the Reds? I believe that's it. Let me see. Wyoming. Where's Wyoming? WY. Okay, it's a red state. Once again, they doing good. Oh, wow. 29,000 residents, or 5% of the population, or 1 in 20. But 71% out of these numbers here are in families with children. Okay? This is why I don't get into the red left, red blue. Okay, all you red state mofos, y'all got a bunch of poor people that need government assistance that can't afford to feed their children, and they need help. Okay, they need help from the government. All right, Chuck D talking about he got a letter from the government the other day. He opened and read it, and it said there were some suckers wanted him for the army or whatever. Picture him giving a damn. He said, never.